If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, all on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Last time on Lawful Stupid.
There was a battle, and then we went to the Earth's core, and there were copper tripwires, and then monsters, and a hammer, and then a lady with a scythe, and she was very evil, and she was sucking souls out of people and turning other people into monsters, and it was not like fun monsters, like from the show, like terrifying nightmare monsters.
She got Ike. She turned Ike into one of those demons, and he's already gigantic.
She got Ike from Fire Emblem and Super Smash Brothers, respectively.
Thankfully, we've still got Marth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I'm glad that you guys have such a solid memory of how
I think
all
Dwayne makes
things
one of us
happen.
literally every time we do a recap. He's like, yeah, that's it. But I haven't felt the weight of us making assumptions yet.
No, I mean, it's not making fun of it. It's just like very minimizing. Like you went to the core of the Earth, like
We did.
I mean, nah, man.
Yeah,
we distilled
episode.
We distilled it down.
Yeah, you do you, man. All I'm saying is we recently put out the funeral details for Kristoff. Is all I'm saying.
It's closed casket.
First of all, that was the visitation. Second of all,
I mean,
you're right.
When there's no body to bury, do you have a funeral?
there is no
I think you
body
just
to
have a
bury. There's
visitation.
no body to bury because nobody died.
I do like I like Devin's idea though. Like it would be a closed casket because what's left you don't want to see.
Very true.
All right, so let's get back into it. The last time we left the boys, they are standing on this bridge that's pretty much every time they've stood on it, it's been a real bad time. At the opening of these doors and this portal stands a wood elf with a two-bladed scythe who has just used some real bad voodoo magic on our boy Ike and turned him into a disfigured monster. His hands into blades and a scary visage of a face. And Findle is behind you guys, but Axel is up front. Also, Axel, being the dwarfman he is with his powerful artifact, busted up the bridge real bad. So basically, there's this destroyed portion of the bridge behind, or I guess not behind, but between Axel and the elf. And that distance is... Nope, that is the wrong thing. Let me just find that right one. Oh shit, did I not take notes of that? Because I thought I did. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did. Okay. There is 90 feet between you and the elf. And there is 60 feet between you and Ike and Axel. So, between Axel and the elf is 30 feet, right? So you got 30 feet of the busted up terrain, and you got 60 feet of open terrain between you, Ike, and Atlas. Unless you guys want to do anything lawfully stupid, we're just going to roll into initiatives.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
I did not expect that to happen.
Let's do it.
I did not expect things to go as I planned.
Well, no, actually, I changed my recording setup, and it's been a while since we've like really rolled dice, right? So I moved my dice tray out into combat zone essentially, and my mic just decided to hit me in the face.
Nice.
But that's okay,
Take two,
because
Yeah, take 2 bludgeoning damage, please.
take 2 bludgeoning. Okay, hold on. Let me just jot that down on my sheet. Hold on.
I am pleased to report that Christoph Schinder rolled a natural 20 for his initiative.
Oh,
Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I have it.
crit.
I rolled
Yeah,
an
that's right.
unnatural 20.
So did I.
Jesus
First, boys!
Christ.
This is the first time we haven't been like, well, we're all fucking last.
Well, that's not true at all. You guys are consistently rolling quite well when it comes to initiatives, but I can't imagine my. Let me just roll some nat 20s here.
It's all 20s. I got 20s out of 20s out of that.
The worst parts are not bad rolls, but they don't fucking stand up to crit 20s. Aw, Ike's a big slow boy. Come on, flip wizard. Ooh. Alright. Okay. So let's set the stage. 60 feet between Rowan, Atlas, Kristoff, Findle. And on the opposite side of them, 60 feet between that group and Axel and Ike. And then 30 feet of busted up bridge between Ike, Axel, and the Wood Elf. Cool. And Kristoff, my man.
Yes.
You're first. What do you want to do?
I would like to cast Frostbite on Ike.
I can't imagine he's gonna like that.
Probably not, but he's a monster now, so I don't really care what he is in favor of.
Damn, you hear that, guys? All you gotta do is just be monstrositous. Monstrositous? Anyways,
Monstrous.
do your thing. Roll your attack.
You do your thing. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, those I can do. Not great. Getting those crit ones out of the way.
Fantastic. I will roll damage then. That is 8 points of damage.
What is the other effect of that ability?
He will have
One more time.
disadvantage on his next melee attack.
Crit 1. He's also gonna have 0 movement speed.
Lovely.
So he won't be able to move.
Bonus action, I would like to... Ooh, questions. Bonus action, I would like to speak to Atlas, and I'll say, Atlas, steel yourself, be ready! And then he can go ahead and have advantage on his next attack.
You can call in
ready.
response to that, yeah.
I'm ready.
Still what, Kristoff? What do I take?
That's high fantasy for don't be a bitch and run away this time.
Oof. Shots fired.
Don't you oof me this early on in the episode.
You're right, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep the negativity out of it. That's just high fantasy for do a good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I will do a good job.
Okie dokie then. That is your turn. You do all those things. Next up in the initiative order is the Wood Elf.
Yeah.
Chill.
And she's going to raise her scythe, like chest level, in her right hand. And with her left hand, she kind of focuses some magic into it. And you see a bolt fly towards Axel's direction, like a bolt of like dark, nasty energy.
Great, Axel, fuck that guy. I don't care about him.
And you see Axel take a hit, and it's not great. Next up is...
You left me longing for a little bit more detail on that.
Oh, yeah, let me just word picture that out. So she raises her scythe up, channels these necrotic magics into it. You can see the darkness almost the absence of light form, and as this bolt flies out from the scythe, Axel like brings the hammer up to baseball bat the attack away, and he's just overconfident and swings too early, and it hits him dead in the chest, and it kind of like seeps through him, right? Like it doesn't pass through him, it like hits and like absorbs.
Oof. Thank you for that.
We'll get back on that description track. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Also, that looks fucking delicious, whatever you're drinking.
Soylent. I don't eat anymore.
Great. Next is going to be our boy.
Not a sponsor.
Who has to hire?
Definitely has.
Rowan. It is. Let me just mark him down as
Okay.
better than Atlas.
Is better than Atlas. Is the
It's
notation.
better. That's like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it means, but he's going.
You
there.
should see my like combat notes. It's like 0 FT NT for like 0 feet for the next turn. Like, anyways, what do you want to do, Rowan?
First off, I'm gonna call in response. Do you want his speed, strength, or his endurance dropped?
His strength.
Yes.
Alright, then I bonus action, Hex. And I pick strength as his disadvantage on ability checks.
Fair.
Then regular action, I'm gonna pop a shot off with the pistol because it's the only thing that's got range.
Okay.
I don't think a 15 will do it.
Let me confirm. A 15 does not do
You
it.
roll
I apologize.
2 attacks, Monfrere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do roll a second one for me, please.
I don't think a 13 does either.
So you fire, you talk some smack and give him the real bad jujus. And when you pull up this blast, you shoot. And whether it's the interference from the elf's magic, you're not sure, but you see the spell kind of go off course and into the darkness.
Still learning.
Atlas's turn.
So, as you mentioned, I'm 60 feet from the nearest people.
Yep.
Which is Ike and Axel.
Correct.
I'll move 40 feet
Okay.
to head toward battle, and then I will use my reaction. Or did I use that only when someone is doing something to me?
A reaction is when you are reacting to something, and that can be on your turn or somebody else's turn, but it's usually on somebody else's turn.
Cool. Then I will be done after.
Are you
Actually,
trying to ready an action?
No. Let me pull Willow out, and I'm going to go ahead and give her a spin. I don't. You usually let me roll, and I don't know what that is. You want me to roll?
It's a performance, because you don't actually know this skill. You have not practiced enough.
It is. It's a 19.
That's pretty good.
He says defeated. It's 19.
Well, yeah, I just like he said, I'm not like super good with her, so like I know it's gonna be some like decent HP, but
Yeah, so you spin Willow high in the air, like you saw that orc do in the battle of long ago, and you hear this like low thumping of a hum. It's almost like that sound of when somebody rolls down one window of the car and you hear the dun dun dun.
Oh,
So it kind of like
hate
is
it.
not great, but it works, especially for you, Orcman. So go ahead and roll me a 1d8, please.
it's an 8, my man.
You and Axel get 8 temporary hit points.
Cool. And that will be all for me.
Okay, great. So next in the order is Ike. And Ike can't move. But he can beat up on Axel. So his first attack is going to go with disadvantage.
Correct.
Not gonna do it. And so he's going to attack again. That one is going to hit. Oops, wrong dice. unfair. And then... Okay, so Ike turns to Axel, and he's just too sluggish from the ice all over his body. And the first attack, Axel's able to kind of stumble backwards to the edge of the bridge. And Axel, kind of realizing where he is, his feet hit that lip, he goes back towards Ike and takes a strike. Out against Axel's chest, and you see and hear the metallic ring of this sharpness against armor, and Axel steps back once more in response to dodge a third attack. That is all no movement speed Ike can do. And next up in the initiative order is going to be... And that's going to be Axel. So Axel is going to be a man and take a swing at Ike. Did you hear it that time, Shane?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like a clink.
So it sounds like, and I can do my best to recreate it here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your mic's
Weird.
thing.
Weird. That's never happened before.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the way that you have your dice box set up right now, when the dice
I'll just
hits,
move
it like reverberates up through your thing.
No, I'll just move it. I can do that. Good looking out. Alright. So he takes the Hammer of Darradon, and he whomps on our boy Ike real bad. And he takes his hammer and shoves it chest first into Ike. And Ike takes the hit and is not pleased by this. Like, you can just see this gaping maw kind of start foaming as he takes the attack. And last in the initiative order is our boy Fendel.
Hey.
And Fendel kind of steps up to Rowan and Kristoff's side and says, "Do you want me to make you guys stronger, or just put them down?"
I want you to get that scythe away from that woman.
Understood.
I come from the land of the ice and so.
You see this like lucid Fendel look at you, Kristoff, and he kind of winks and he vanishes, and then he reappears in front of the elf. And that is what he's gonna do with his turn.
I'm super into it.
Rowan, your turn, buddy. Oh, Kristoff, my bad. I'm like looking at the list, but I'm like, anyways, what do you want to do?
I would like to cast Ray of Frost. Actually, no, let's go with Frostbite again. Frostbite again on Ike.
Okay. I have a feel. I don't know. 14? I think that's too low, isn't
14 meets exactly.
That means he succeeds.
It means
then.
it's just good. It's just good to go.
Yep.
Bonus action to Rowan. Let the torrent flow through you, through the pistol when you shoot. And he can go ahead and take advantage on his next attack.
So is that one turn or until they use it?
Still use it. Next
nice.
attack.
Nice. Okay. Anything else you want to do before your turn's over?
No.
Perfect. Next is the Wood Elf. And with this newfound...
if I actually, can I move up 30 feet?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Thanks. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like hold you back. That's way too much distance to keep like... It's also really boring over and over again. So the wood elf now has Findle in her face, and she's gonna take a swipe at him. So you see her take the scythe up, and almost it like slides up further, right? So she flings it into the air, and you see it slide through her hands till about midway down the shaft, and she puts her other hand up on it and brings it down in like a overhead strike. And Findle doesn't move. He just raises up his right hand, and an arcane force blocks the attack. What do you want to do, Rowan?
I'm gonna also move up 30 feet before I forget. And pop off another shot. With advantage.
Okay, and you're shooting at Ike?
I'm shooting at the wood elf.
Okay, you're gonna shoot at the wood
elf
elf this time, okay?
Yeah. And that one is a 21. No, it's
That-
natural. Or unnatural 20.
Okay. Did you roll twice? Sorry. Oh yeah, advantage. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
You need to roll for your second attack too.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
You might as well.
You can choose a different target
It's a
actually,
19.
so if you wanted to choose, I could do that. But
I'm gonna keep on this.
What was the roll?
A 19 on the second one.
That's gonna succeed. So 2 attacks hit. So roll me damage twice.
A 9 and a 4.
A 9 and a 4. Okay.
Plus the 12 from Hex.
Not how Hex works. You may roll a 1d6 twice. You don't get to just take max die against it. I have this new ability.
That's 1, so 3 more damage.
So 17 total. Next time, do your own math, because I got lost there for a second.
Took on a journey.
Oh, shit. I took that away from Mike. Hold on. Alright, so you, now more confident with Kristoff's blessing, fire off these 2 bolts. And it's like the first shot raises your pistol up, and you bring it back down and fire again, and they just streak across the battlefield and strike this elf while she's like trying to like break through this arcane barrier. She takes 2 shots to the chest.
Yes.
Next is Atlas. Buddy, what do you want to do?
Call response. I'll look back at Kristoff and say, "Me and Axel will handle the big guy. You guys go to the wood elf." And so then I'll move up 10 feet. I will pop a rage. I will go for straight attacks.
Okay.
So the first one is a natural 20. Boys, the rolls are good today.
I mean,
We'll say that hits.
throw away my advantage by rolling a natural 20 on the first roll, but it's fine.
Does it have to be the next roll? Can I like say?
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
next
it's on the
attack.
next attack. Yeah.
That's too bad. It's too good. Okay.
Well, I mean, guaranteed a crit 20. That's all.
That's a 15. Plus 1 more, or because plus 4. So 19.
Are these to hit?
Yes. No,
Okay.
this is damage.
Holy fucking shit! Wait.
I have
your
11
rage is 4. Okay. Did you roll
Yeah.
max die?
No, so actually, thank you. I forgot about that as well. So it's plus 4 because I have plus 3 for strength, plus 1 because Alaria is my cursed sword, plus 2 for rage. So that's a 21.
3
So-
for 3.
11 was what I rolled.
Hold on. I'm not. Your damage die is 1d12.
Oh, wait, so 11, so it's 15, 17 is the damage.
Much different than 21. I was like,
19, yeah, 17, yeah.
so 17.
Well, you rolled your
Slashing
d12 twice, right?
No, it's 2d6.
No, Willow is a d12.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So Willow is a. Both your
10.
axe and Willow. Willow's a 1d10, but your axe is a 1d12. Not 2d6. It's the great sword.
She's a
that's
great sword.
2d6.
It's 2d6. It's a vengeance, yeah.
Oh. I thought you attacked Willow. Not important. 2d6. Yeah. Willow
Yes.
is 2d6.
But you rolled 4d6, right? Because it's a crit.
Well, yeah, but I haven't. Well, yeah, if that's what he wants me to do.
No, that is what happens when you do a crit. 46.
Well, dude, it's 11 again, so go ahead and make 34 damage. It was 17.
Jesus.
Okay,
right,
so that's
34
first
damage.
attack.
Okay.
Yeah, Alice got this.
Second attack is 17 for 2 hit.
That's going to hit.
Okay. That's 10, 14, 15. That's 16 damage.
Okay.
And then I have my Sea Aura, which is a 1d6 extra damage, which is a 3.
Doesn't he do something to avoid that?
He can. I don't know. Yeah, it's
I feel
actually.
like that's not just an auto damage.
Yeah, it's a Dex.
Dex saving throw?
Dex save.
Yeah, he fails that.
So he takes full 3. Ooh.
Okay. Lots of damage in a turn.
That's the end of my turn. Yeah.
So you run up and you bring Willow across his chest.
Alaria.
No, Alaria,
Sorry.
thank you. You bring Alaria across his chest, and before he can even react, you bring it again. You bring her again across his arms, and as he's like staggering backwards, this bolt of lightning leaps off of you and into him, and he did not enjoy any of that, my boys, at all. And so next in the turn order is going to be Ike. And now he has a real bad guy in his face. And so Ike is going to just attack you. Nope. Oh, I know that one hits. 21. And you're going to take 12 points of slashing damage. And I'm betting an 18 hits.
Yes.
Right, because you have low AC. And then you're going to take another 9 points of slashing damage.
And are those before halved, or is that with halved?
That is before half. You do your own math.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to, like, forget and then you half it again. So I'm just giving you the full numbers, and you can go from there.
Roger that.
So he comes at you, and he's still staggering from this lightning strike. And so when he goes to, like, impale you, he totally misses. But I don't know if you get overconfident or if the bond between you and Alaria is just, like, a little off kilter. Because he's able to take, like, a cross strike, right? He brings both of his arms up, and then down together, he, like, forms an X across you. And you take all those bad damages. Next up is Axel's turn. He is going to hit the bad guy with a hammer.
It's a good move, Axel.
He is not going to hit the bad guy with a
It's
hammer.
a bad move, Axel.
And so he brings the Hammer of Darridan down against Ike, and Ike brings up both his blades and blocks the attack in time. Despite, like, being toe-to-toe with Atlas, he's able to turn and parry it. That brings us to Findle.
You telling me Axel only got one attack? Axel ain't got extra attack?
Yeah. Axel is not a strong boy.
Cool.
Like, I don't know if that's, like, played through to you guys at all based on, like, how he's, like, super overconfident and, like, he has one move, right? He, like, hits the hammer and then, like, things survive and he's, like, not sure what to do with that.
Cool.
But, yeah. Findle's turn. Findle is, like, pretty effortlessly holding his own against that attack. And you hear that, like, that ringing noise that you heard the last time you guys attacked Oxbane. And you hear that, like, faint ringing noise, and you see the laser come from him point blank. And it, like, dips into the portal itself.
Take that, fuckers, over there!
Yeah, exactly. And she's gonna take some hours. And you see her take this, and she staggers backwards, like significantly. Like you can tell that took a toll on her. It is your turn, Kristoff.
I'm going to move forward 20 feet, which should put me within 10 feet of Ike.
Yep.
And I'm going to call in response to Atlas. Tag, go wrest the scythe from her with your hands.
You got it, boss.
And then I will hit him with that booming blow with my whip crack.
Okay.
That is going to be 17 hit.
To Ike?
Yes.
That'll do it.
And he's still got Axel and Atlas on him, so that's sneak attack.
Yep.
$14 damage.
All right. So,
do you need damage types? Because there's multiple in there.
Yes, I do. I need to know your damage types.
So all of that was slashing damage except for 4 of it, which was thunder damage.
Okay. How much was the slashing damage? Sorry.
10.
So
because
4 thunder. I didn't hear the total. Sorry. What was the total damage? I was trying to do the math for you.
14 damage total, 4 thunder, 10 slashing.
Okay. Let me just do some. Cool. So you hit him head on, and you can see the effect kind of roll over him. That pulsing sound wave. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you kind of see the air bend around him. Yeah. Where did he get that thunder damage? Does that Booming Blade 5th level thing?
Yes. It does an additional 1d8 of thunder damage immediately, 2d8 if he moves.
Gotcha. That's what it was. All right. Good deal. What else would you like to do on your turn?
I'd like to take a bonus action, disengage 5 feet.
Okay. So you back up 5 feet.
Correct. Well, I guess I don't know if I have to disengage or not. I don't know which range is. I'm going to go ahead and disengage. And
yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. And next is going to be the Wood Elf's turn, who I just need to change to Wood Elf because I keep looking at the Wood Elf's name. And I'm I don't want to just spoil that.
It's Ilaria backwards Wood Fox.
Which is just Ilaria. No. This Wood Elf is kind of fighting Findle toe to toe, and she's able to make enough distance to raise that scythe up again, and she puts her hand on the scythe itself and almost aims it like a rifle, and you see this leap of black lightning, and you see Ike get struck in the back, and then there's an explosion around him. So Atlas, do me a favor, roll a dex saving throw. I'm gonna roll 1 for our dwarfman.
And luckily, those 5 feet that I moved backwards were exactly what I needed.
Yep, I'm not kidding, they were.
15.
Okay. Let me look what her save is. Okay, you are going to take 5 necrotic damage.
Nom.
Yep, nom. And Devin and really everybody, because you guys are all right in his face. You notice Ike? He looks good. He looks real good after that. And it's going to be Rowan's turn.
Hey, Devin, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, man, how are things been with you?
Pretty good, man. I'm missing you. I miss you real bad. How long's it been since we hung out in person?
It's been at least a year. I mean, since the Adventure Zone live show.
Oh, yeah, the one in Nashville we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was fun.
You know, we should find a reason to get back together. It's been too long. We get Dwayne and Alex to come too.
Yeah, we would need an excuse that would be good enough where our wives would let us.
What could we do?
Podcon's coming. It's in January.
What's Podcon?
It's a convention for podcasts. And it's in January, and it's hosted by the Macro Brothers and a lot of cool people, and lots of people that we know, and Canberra are going to be there, like the Broadswords, and all kinds of people, and Hello from the Magic Tavern, all kinds of cool stuff that we already like and listen to, and we could be there because, Devin, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Don't tell all the listeners who are listening to this advertisement we're doing.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a form you can fill out to recommend a podcast to be invited to Podcon as a guest, and it's in the link. The link to that form is in the description of this episode, and you can fill it out, and if we get enough people to do it, we can go to PodCon and we can do panels and stuff, and it'll be really fun.
And then I get to see you again.
And we'll get to see each other again. So, hey there, listener. If you want to go ahead and go to the link in the description of this episode and fill out that form, it's real simple, just who you're recommending and why, because we're awesome. That would be great. Thank you so much. And we'll see you there. And I'll see you there, Devin.
I love you. Mean it.
I love you more. Goodbye.
Okay, how far am I from Atlas?
You moved up 30 feet, so you are 25 feet from Atlas.
Okay. And how far am I from the Wood Elf? I think I'm still a pretty good ways from that.
So 25 feet from Atlas will put you 55 feet from the Wood Elf. Because she is 30 from them.
Okay, then I'm gonna Healing Word onto Atlas.
Ooh, nice.
So you heal for 9, because I upcast. And then I'm going to move 30 feet towards the Wood Elf and throw out another blast from the old pistol.
Okay, so you're going to go 30 feet, so you're going to go... Well, so you can't really go 30 feet, right?
The bridge is difficult terrain now because you hit it with a hammer.
Well, I was going to say because 5 feet you have Atlas, and then you have Ican, Axel. So, I mean, it's not like... You would have to end up standing next to Ike, like stopping at that where that bridge is. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm just like being very clear that you know that you're going to be standing next to Ike if you do that.
Okay, maybe I won't do that. I'll just keep shooting from afar.
Well, I mean, you do whatever you want. I just don't want you to be like, oh, I didn't want to be right next to Ike. Like,
I definitely don't want to be next to Ike. He smells.
Okay, so you're just going to pop off a shot from where you are?
Yeah, and that is like a 24.
That's, we'll say that hits.
And that was a 25.
For grace, we'll allow that one as well. And if you just roll
very
damage
generous, Dwayne.
That's right.
An 8, a 9, and then 4, and 4.
17, 21, 25.
25.
So you bring up this arcane flintlock pistol and fire off 2 more shots, and the Wood Elf is not paying attention to you at all, and you see her stagger back and kind of limp a little when she takes those hits. Next up, Alice, my boy. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to, and I know, I'm going to disengage from this fellow and head towards said Wood Elf.
Okay. All right, so you just want to head straight towards.
Yes,
okay.
And so my question is, that's my action because that's it because that was an attack, so that's it for that. Bonus action, I can only do. Can I throw an axe, a hand axe?
No.
Or does that count? Okay. Then
That's a range check.
I'm done.
Okay, so
But I finished in my... I was attacked last hit, so I get to keep my rage. So I will use my Storm Aura. She's within 10 feet of me to use that 1d6 damage on her.
yeah, you're also going to take an attack of opportunity because you're leaving his
Not with the
threatening
disengage
range.
action.
Oh, disengage.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Totally missed that. Thank you. Like I heard it and I'm like, all right, hold on. Okay, so
Hers Dex.
yeah, she's real good at that. I'm thinking an 18 is gonna pass.
Yeah, she'll take. It was 6, so she'll take 3 damage.
Okay. Yeah. So like some sparks land on her. It's a real impressive bolt of lightning jumps through, but she just kind of like moves out of the way. But some of that leftover of sparky badness.
I'll say just returning the favor.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Black lightning.
Oh,
whatever
okay.
color my lightning is.
No, that's fair. Yeah, you did that. It was impressive.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's not gloss over this. What color is your lightning, Atlas?
White lightning.
Ooh,
Okay.
got him.
Alrighty then. We're just gonna keep moving through and play this game. So next is Ike. Man, and you know, I think he's got to go after Axel. I'm sitting here trying to like in my head that artifact, man. Rolling damage dice. Such good podcasting.
Dramatic. The music in the background is gonna get him. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, that's true. He's really gonna like. Okay. So, oh fuck. All right. So, you see Ike turn, and he's got like this like black smoke pouring off of him, and you kind of you almost hear it more than you see it. These 4 attacks he lays into Axel, like they just happen so fast. And you see metal and blood like fill the air, and Axel lays down.
Oh, Moral Quandary.
And when that happens, you start to see Kristoff, you start to see some blue seeping out of his body. Like that blue arcane energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's starting to seep up and into the air.
I ate it up.
Yeah,
Give
great.
me all the strength.
Am I stronger?
It is Axel's turn.
Roll 1d20.
Yep. You see that arcane torrent energy that I was talking about? It starts to seep closer, like up and away. It's like it's being pulled towards the elf
Oh, gnarly.
and the portal. Now it is Findle's turn. And what Findle's going to do is turn back to you, Atlas, because I'm going to assume you're a willing creature. And
I'm willing.
weird, he like does this mage hand towards you, but instead of it being like, you know, Kristoff's like little dragon claw form that he does, it is like comically large dragon hand that just grabs you and flings you at the elf, and you may roll 1 attack
Yeah.
as you're thrown at her.
That's a 21.
That's gonna hit.
6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 4 is 13. Plus 2 for rage is 15. Plus my storm aura, which I will roll. So she.
Storm Aura is
it's-
only when you like end your turn and people are around you.
Am I still gonna fly away from her as I'm going through?
No,
We'll
it's
play it
like
out.
Stormore is just like when you end on your turn.
And also I'm saying, like, am I gonna hit the ground within 10 feet of her?
You're gonna land behind her.
Within 10 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still Fendel's turn.
Yeah,
I'm
this
thinking
is
on turn.
yeah. Ends your turn.
I was like,
15.
I don't know what you're hearing that's different, brother. Like,
It's a 15 then. Solid at 15.
okay, yeah. So you are like launched at her, like face first, and I think you just spear point Ilaria as you like parallel with the ground fly,
Gosh.
and you just like take this big chunk out of the elf's shoulder and armor, and you see blood, like this fucking it's normal like wood elf blood, but you can see that it's like darker than it should be, and you like land behind her, and that's real bad. It don't like that at all, and that's the end of Fendel's turn. Next up, is Kristoff.
Call and response. Atlas, two things. First of all, grab the scythe and take it from her. 2, catch this. Catapult, hammer of Darden aimed at elf woman.
Sounds real good. Do like it. Just need to check something real quick. Totally not related to anything we're doing at all. Don't even worry about it. I should have fucking known and already been prepared for it. But you know what? I was a foolish boy. I was a foolish boy. No fucking way. Wait, hold on. That's not. Never mind. Sorry. I'm like looking that up and going, that's not right. There we go. Yeah. I can't find like a great hammer at this point, but I know that it's more than 5 pounds for sure.
I'm not using mage hand, I'm using catapult.
I'm aware. Catapult has a limit for an object weighing 1 to 5 pounds.
I did not know that. I'll be very honest with you until this moment.
I was very much the whole door thing. I was like, cool, good with that. Like that's thematic.
Great, I pick up the
This
hammer
was-
of Darden.
And throw it.
Roll,
It goes
yeah,
5
for
feet.
sure. Roll a strength check for me while I go look up that fucking stat. No, it's literally it's tied to the fucking item. There's an effect when you pick it up. I just know it's a strength
18
save.
minus 1, 17.
Okay, 17. Let me see what the strength save is.
Oh, it's a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
I don't know proficiency in strength saving throws.
Oh, okay. So yeah, when you pick this thing up, it's like fucking heavy. Your movement speed is reduced by 10
Lovely.
while you carry this. Okay, so I mean, so you would have had to move up 15 feet. So you've got, I mean, we'll say you have the full movement speed left that you had the rest of the turn.
Yeah, I hit the guy in the head with it.
Ike, you're gonna swing at Ike with it?
Actually, that's dumb. Bonus action, disengage towards Atlas.
Okay. So
Carrying the hammer.
15
Just,
feet forward.
oh, God, thanks for you.
So, you move 7 feet towards Alice.
7 feet? I think it was
It's
minus
heavy.
10.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain, right? So you have 15 left.
But disengage gives me an additional 30, so it's 45.
I did not remember that disengage did that.
Disengage
I thought
lets
that
you
was
move 30 feet in any direction without prompting attacks of opportunity, plus my remaining 15 feet of movement towards Atlas. So 45 total difficult
No,
terrain.
that is not what disengage does. It only says if you take the disengage action, your movement speed doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. If disengage did what you wanted it to, then it would be way better than what is it, sprint or whatever,
Dash. Okay,
which
but
allows
you know
you
what?
to do dash.
Bonus action dash, plus movement speed towards Atlas.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a womp. So
Yeah.
Let me do the womp and then we'll calculate.
Give me your wall.
Yeah.
I know that a 19 hits you.
It does.
Unless you like
No, it super does.
AC that. Okay. And you're gonna take 10 slashing damage as Ike pulls a blade across you
Got it.
when you're running away. So that's 15 plus 30. So that's fucking hard math right now. 23 feet. You are 7 feet away from the wood elf, which makes you 12 feet away from Atlas, because he's behind the wood elf. You're well within range, my brother.
Got it.
Sorry, that was way different than I thought I was going to go, but that's okay.
I didn't think it was going to go that way either.
I honestly looked up catapult because I was like, I know what they're going to do. He's going to go down and he's going to swing the hammer, but I wasn't prepared. I do know that a long sword and most fucking weapons are less than 5 pounds. I learned that.
Makes sense.
It's going to be the wood elf's turn. And she's going to take that scythe of hers and raise it up above her head, like horizontally. And I need Alex, now Shane, and Findle, or Kristoff, excuse me, to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, I'm good at this.
Oh, great, Findle. That's solid.
21.
She
you're
not
pretty
nat 20.
Well, you didn't need one, bud.
You said Alex.
Oh,
Oh,
he
you
meant
meant Atlas,
Atlas.
sorry.
I said
Oh.
Atlas, but it came off
I
wrong.
also got a nat 20, so there's that.
Okay.
Really?
Just fucking rolling those all
Just
again.
wasted it on that one.
That's important. Dude, wisdom saving those are not a thing you want to fail.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, what was yours, Shane?
21.
Okay. So, you guys, so Shane, you're gonna take, motherfucker. You're gonna take 2 necrotic damage.
I will.
Atlas, you'll take 1 necrotic damage. And then, Findle will take the rest. And, you guys notice that, like, this bolt of damage hits you, and you kind of feel this, like, rot come across you. And Findle, like, kind of like bends over a little bit, like his head starts to hang. And now it's going to be Rowan's turn.
Now, the day's not over yet. Use the loot to give everyone... Well, it's only, 4 people
It's
to get the Bardic Inspiration? Because I think we agreed that it would never said a thing to it, but, 4 was...
I mean 4 is plenty. I think I really do think it was 6. Hold on, I actually have
Was
it.
it 6?
It's up to 6 allies, I believe. Let me pull it up. I do have it. So that's one thing I have on lock, is all of my artifact items.
Are you giving Bardic Inspiration?
Yes,
Yes.
To everyone through the loot.
Through the magic of the loot.
I thought that was
Which
4.
I just- let me pull it up. It might be.
Because we did it in the other episode where you said, okay, you can give it to each of the boys.
Oh, it's
and
up to
Ringa.
3 people. It's 3 people plus you is what it is. That's why we had 4 in our heads.
Okay.
It's 3 people plus you. Yeah, I had it right here. So yeah, everybody gets Bardic Inspiration.
Including Bindle. Because I'm
Including
assuming
Findle.
that the other guys is down. And then pop another shot off. Ooh, no.
Okay.
$22
So that hits.
and a 10.
Not that one, not so much. Let's go ahead and roll that 22.
That is a 10 and 2, so 12.
Alrighty then. She's gonna take some hours. You raise up so you pull out the lutes and strum a chord, and it's almost like while that's playing, like gravity takes it up a notch. Everybody can feel the weight of the world come down on them. And while everybody's kind of dealing with that, you turn and just another couple shots off. And she takes that hit and she like stumbles backwards. Like, she's not in a good position at all. And now it's going to be Atlas's turn.
Call response. Are you sure I shouldn't just finish her off?
Yes, I'm very sure. Jump in the air with your magic boots and grab a scythe.
I'm pretty close, right? I'm like 10 feet. You said 10
yeah,
feet?
you're like within 5-10 feet of her, yeah.
Okay, then I'm just going to stroll on over and attempt to take scythe from her hands.
Okay. I'm going to fucking improvise this.
It's a contested.
because
It's not improvised. It's a contested strength check.
I see, but I feel like you sleight of hand too.
It's a contested strength
Definitely
check.
want to use his strength.
No, I mean that's fine. I just have never had to. I've never had you guys just straight up try to take a weapon out of somebody's hand
For disarming. That's why in the long ago I asked Alex to give her disadvantage on her strength checks with hex.
Okay, cool. Well, she's got disadvantage, so let's go.
For the sake of just being okay, I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration. That's a 17 plus 2, 19 total.
Did you roll advantage because you advantage on strength checks while you're in rage?
I did not, but I definitely will stick with the 19 total.
Okay, so you grab this weapon, and she's holding it, and you guys kind of like fight over it, and you see her pulling and you pulling, and you pull this weapon away from her, and you hear this loud pop when you do it. And do me a favor, Devin, roll me 2 things. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. We'll start there.
Okay, 14.
You're gonna start with taking 19 necrotic damage, and then roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, these have... Oh, that's a 19.
Okay,
How much damage did you say? 19?
19 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And so you've got your hands on this thing, and it doesn't feel like a weapon to you, right? Like when you have your hands on a weapon, it's like it's there, it's like your home. This doesn't feel like that. And Devin, in your voice, you hear in your ears, so in Atlas's voice, you hear, "It was your fault." And next, unless you want to do something else. Not that you can, because you didn't attack. I mean, I think you can move.
I have an idea, but it's probably a terrible one. How close am I to this door?
I mean, it's
doorway.
like 10 feet behind you.
I want to throw this weapon into that doorway.
Okay. You want to do that? You do that.
I do.
Okay, so you take the scythe and you fling it through the door. And the scythe goes into the portal, and you kind of hear like a cool portal noise. I'll edit that in later.
Yeah. You do it and then add it still. What noise does it make?
No, I think Shane did it way too good to like...
Oh, what did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
See, that
perfect.
was gold.
Yeah, you can hire me
Okay.
for Foley work. Just hit me up at theboysatLawfulStupid.org.
.org.
So, now it is our boy Ike's turn. And let me tell you, he's not real happy about what you boys are doing. And you kind of see him like brace himself. And he like runs across that terrain.
As soon as that foot steps up, he gonna take off a little 2d8 damage.
Okay.
Yes, 12 damage.
Okay, and that is thunder, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so he's going to do 12 thunder.
He's been thunderstruck?
Thunderstruck!
Thunderstruck! Oh, you boys. So he dashes forward and he stops at Rowan. No, Rowan, you're backwards, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, he doesn't do that. I mean, he's still gonna move, but instead of going across that, he just normal runs over to Kristoff or Rowan. I'm just gonna confuse you guys. He's gonna lay on the wallops. Okay, does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Alright. What about an 18?
A reaction shield. And no.
Reaction shield and no.
Okay, and just check.
It's until the end of his turn.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The beginning of his next
Yep.
turn.
Yep. Okay, so I don't think a 19 is gonna make any difference. All right. So. Oh wait. No. That is depressing. Should have chosen a different thing. So he runs at you full speed and just attacks at you and just hit after hit after hit. He's just hitting that arcane barrier. The frightening thing that you notice is like the first hit, you're like, yeah. And the second hit, you see it like crack go up it. And the third hit, you see like another crack. And you're like, oh no, that's not great. And the fourth hit, like hits it again, and just you still see a crack. And like, that's not great. Like most time, you don't see that, like at all.
That's bad.
And that's his turn. And so Axel, roll another one of those. And you see that spirit like heading towards the portal. And now it's Findle's turn. And Findle reaches into his cloak and he looks at Kristoff and says, I don't know if you remember this, but I think now's the perfect time. And he pulls out the golden iris that you guys retrieved for him, and he throws it to you, Kristoff.
Okay.
It's morphin' time.
And Kristoff turns into the red, beefy Captain Tiefling. The best version of Tiefling.
The best tiefling.
Yep. And we're going to move up to Kristoff.
Good. This is what I wanted. I have the iris. This is good.
I love the idea that like Kristoff's like making notes. Okay, iris.
As he's in battle.
This is like from the arcane tour.
Oh yes, this is from the arcane wars. I can tell. I can smell it on there. Here's the thing. I don't know what to do with it. So.
And like Findle hears you muttering that, and he says, "Focus." He says, "Use it as a focus for the arcane torrent."
Oh, I can do that, and I do that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus all of my architect powers, all of the arcane torrent channeling through my body as a focus, through this focusing point, this golden iris, and within it is the night sky, and I'm going to point that eye so it's staring directly at this she-beast, this denizen of refuge, and I'm going to, and picture in my head, just copper wire, just strands upon strands upon strands, not just creating them, chaining her to the ground, dragging her into a tomb of copper.
And so you do this, and boys, you fucking feel it. The air is thick, and you can actually see these strands of arcane torrent be forced into existence, and you see these like copper wires glowing, and they almost like build up around her, and like she like sees. Go ahead.
I like to think the first one is just like a little bit of copper wire that wraps around her wrist, like a bracelet, and she's like, what the fuck is this? And then just ding, it starts to pull her to the ground, and then just more, and just more, and just more, and just more, and just more.
Perfect. So she sees these like forming around her, and she's like, is like not super worried about it because it's a bunch of like copper wires, and so she's kind of like stepping backwards until the first one forms around her wrist and like slams her to the ground. And so she like pulls her wrist up, and you can see her like fighting the magnetism, and then the other one hits, and then she like pulls up, and you can see the strain in her face, and like one attaches to her neck, and then all of these from around her start flying in and forming chains from her wrist to the ground, and she's being pulled down and down. And Atlas, do me a favor, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, it's 9.
Not gonna do well for you. Take 13 necrotic damage as the scythe flies through the portal and strikes you, and she grabs it, and you see these copper wires like start to melt off of her, and Kristoff sees this, and just more and more and more and more, and before you know it, before you even can like process what happens, she's in this like tomb of copper wire.
And then the dust settles, and you see Kristoff with his back turned, and he pushes up his glasses that he has, and he goes, "Ultimate Vital Technique! Copper Tomb!" Like the words come across the screen, they're gold.
And you hear this explosion, and like Findle slides backwards, and you're blown backwards towards the portal, Atlas, and like you like stop, and you can feel like it pulling you, like more importantly, you can see Alaria being pulled, like out of the corner of her eye. You can see her spirit being pulled, and as you're like watching that, you see this like mangled mess of copper wire and elf form thrown backwards into the portal. And when that happens, Ike like just stops moving. And combat ends. And you see Ike like look at his like his blades for hands, and like he looks up at you guys, and like back down at his hands, and then like down at Ike and Axel. And you see his body like shudder and shake. And he looks up at you guys, and you can't tell what's on his face more than you can feel it. And he steps off the bridge. And Kristoff, the weight of the arcane torrent, it's too much. You pass out. And your vision is blinded by the whiteness. And when you open your eyes, it's white everywhere around you. And you feel floor beneath your feet, some solitude to the ground, despite seeing this emptiness. And when your eyes settle, in the distance you can see a storm raging. You can see lightning, blue bolts of arcane lightning striking a ground, a horizon you can't see, and these gray, dull, ominous clouds forming a ring. And as you look up, you can tell that you're in the eye of some storm. And what is your immediate response?
I think that I I put my hand down to my chest, and I'm feeling for my heartbeat, trying to see whether or not I'm fucking dead.
And it takes you a second, but you can hear that rhythm, the beating of your heart, the pumping of blood. And as you're looking down, and maybe with a sigh of relief, you hear this crackling. And when you look up, there's a form in front of you. And the details are almost etched out, like scratched off. And you can tell that it's a female tiefling. You see the smaller horns, you can see the slender frame, maybe the shorter tail, and there's these bolts of lightning flowing across this ivory silhouette. It's almost like this shadow standing in front of you. And it says, Kristoff, what are you doing here?
I was very much hoping that you could tell me.
Well, you're in the center of the storm. It's not often mortals make it here. How could you have ended up here? What could you have done that's so reckless to end up here?
I was fighting for my life, and when I didn't have the strength of my own to save everyone, I tapped into the torrent. And I may have bitten off more than I could chew.
It sounds like that's exactly what you did. Did no one warn you of how dangerous the torrent is?
Once or twice.
And you decided that that wasn't a warning you would take? That wasn't a warning you would take seriously?
I didn't have much of a choice. It was death for me either way, and I figured this might allow some others to survive.
And as you hear these next few words, you hear this cold, familiar voice ring out. Didn't have a choice, eh? Still singing that song and dance? And it's your mom's voice. And you can see this as the details in this shadow change and form. And it's the last change is her eyes. Eyes that you will never forget. And she says, "It's never your fault, is it, Kristoff?
You're dead.
And you're a child. It would be easy to say that I'm dead. Would that make you feel better, Kristoff?"
It's not very polite to say, but yes, it would. I watched you die, I buried you, and now you're here.
And so are you. What does that say about us?
Fair enough.
And she looks over you and can see your scales. Can see the ones under your eyes, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're still in the vest, right? So your arms are exposed.
Chest is exposed.
Chest is exposed, and she sneers at you and says, "So, you're not hiding those disgusting things anymore?"
No, I no longer feel it's necessary to hide who I am.
Oh, pity. Pallas understood. Pallas understood properness. He understood what to respect. If only you could have learned.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm here with you, the specter of my mother, and Pallas sits atop the throne of silence, wearing the ivory crown. So, realistically, things have worked out pretty good. Pretty much your ideal end state.
Yes. I suppose things have worked out perfectly. A dirty, muddy, blooded thing like you. It's too bad. It's too bad you weren't a real tiefling. Real royalty. It's too bad you're not a true Shindo.
I have more of the Shindo nobility in my little finger than Pallas and you have in your entire bodies combined. Father was a true Shindo.
If he was a true Shindo, he would have murdered that dirty dragonling that spawned into our world. But no, he let you live. Such a soft man.
You never understood in life, and now it seems, even in death, you don't understand the strength of compassion, the strength of truth and honesty. This is who I am. It's my very being. It's kept me alive this far in my life. This power, this blood that goes through my veins.
Maybe. Maybe it's the curse that you're alive. The curse you have to bear. You silver thing. You shine everywhere you go. Do you know how disgusting that is? It is your curse that you are not dead. Death would be far too good for something like you.
Well, on occasion, I've agreed with you wholeheartedly throughout my life. But I'm doing things now, Mother. I'm aligned with people who are good and just and take care of those around them. And I'm only able to help them because of what I am. So if that means that, yes, I'm the Silver Serpent of Silence. If the Silver Serpent of Silence can do one good thing, if he can save one damn life, then he did more than Christoph Shindo ever did.
And she walks closer to you, closing the gap, and gets within a breath of you. And she reveals to you in this staticky arcane form in her right hand a knife. And it is the same blade your father used to carry around with him around the castle and around the yard, and when you guys would hunt together. Not that that was Kristoff's favorite pastime, but when his dad drug him, you would remember that blade. And she says, if you want to do good in the world, you could end it right now.
I reach out and take the knife. I look it over.
And you notice as you're holding this blade, this form of arcane energy, you don't feel anything. It feels solid, but you don't feel that tingle, that presence in it.
Yes, I do think that I will end this now. I swipe out in front of me the knife through this spectral form.
And when you do that, you see it tear. Almost like paint on top of water, where it's perfectly formed. And when you pull this blade, it's like taking a brush through the paint, and you watch as it all starts to flow apart. And you hear this last phrase. Let the true king reign. A true tiefling. A true son of mine. and the form dissipates. And you notice the storm has gotten a lot closer. You can feel the ground shake as these lightning strikes erupt. And then it all winks out. And that's where we're going to end.
You son of a love you.
Oh, again.
So, thank you so much for listening. It took
Yes.
everything in the fiber of my being not to ruin the dramatic moment by when he stepped off the bridge going, "There goes my hero." You think what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes. That was really good, though, and super sad and amazing, and I loved it. Thank you, Dwayne.
And that's where we're going to end.
Oh, we don't get to at the end of the recap?
What?
Are you saying that's...
Oh no, we just made a joke about things. We're not gonna paint a picture. It's just that's what we end on. There goes my hero. There's no painting.
Oh, I haven't rolled for humanity.
No, I'm just kidding. So we end, and Findle is sleepily coming to, and Axel is bleeding out. Not great. And Rowan and Atlas are kind of standing in front of this doorway to the other side. And Atlas, like I said, you're kind of like, I picture, the way I picture this is you like pulled backwards, and you're looking and watching as Alaria is being pulled towards this portal, and she's like trying to grab onto you and pull against it. And that's where we're gonna end.
Oof.
Oofs a daisy.
We haven't done combat in a while, boys.
It's been a while since we did traditional combat. I enjoyed it very much.
I did not realize how much damage you guys would do, and I'm thankful that I had 2 of those boys in the fight, because I was like, man, I got 2 of these guys, it might be too much. And then Devin comes out and does like 36 damage in a turn with a magical weapon, and I was like, oh right, Alaria's magical, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
She is magical.
That is a full
true.
36 damage.
No reduction.
Oops. So yeah, that's good though. We haven't done combat in a while, like a big combat like that.
I like it very much. I'm very, very pleased with my pistol.
Ultimate final technique! Copper coffin! That's offensive, probably,
Yeah, that's
right?
that's Kristoff's new. That's gonna be the next comic we see. Somebody's gonna like just draw you an anime, and
And your face is like the squinch.
just like the squinched one.
No,
Yeah,
No, it's not.
it's just gonna be like a tomb of copper.
Jumps and then it turns into like vest, it billows in the wind like copper coffin. That's... We'll get
No, I think it's a squeezed face behind the glasses.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I
cool,
pictured.
Cool.
like
He goes,
like
no,
cheeks
let's roll
around
for
the
humanity.
glasses.
Get out of this shit. I don't like this description.
I'm just kidding.
No, what I like
The true
was
believers
better.
out there, we were writing the Christoph Shindo solo adventures manga. They know.
Yeah, they know.
You know what's up.
They
You know what faces I
know.
like. Chibi. All day.
That's true. I think it's better now, Chibi. It sounds like it's almost like breaking the fourth wall when you have this tiny version of Kristoff.
Coffin!
Yeah, that's way more realistic. Is there anything you guys want to drop, boyos? Want to mention on the way out? Nope.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for rating and reviewing on iTunes. Thank you so much for all the things that you do. Thank you for hanging out on our Discord channel. And thank you for being amazing people. I love you.
Well, I will say that you should always be checking out our Instagram, and you should join our Discord if you're not in there. You should. In fact, one of our listeners quite recently literally made custom lyrics to the song "The Sounds of Silence," and called it "The Lands of Silence."
That's where I come from.
It's real good, and I'm working to get it recorded because I recorded it and I realized I am tone deaf, and so that's not great. But I want to hear that in real life. And you're missing out on that stuff by not being a part of the Discord.
And I want to hear that tone deafness in real life once we get the musical episode.
Yes, can't wait for
From
it.
our patrons.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
So tasty.
If you thought my character voices were bad.
Wait till you hear my character singing voice.
That's right. At least at that point, I'm like, no, really? It's because my character voices are bad.
That's true. I think that means that his singing voice is super good. He's saving it all up in the sing-song realm.
Yes.
Cannot confirm. While you guys kind of like outro us out, I'm gonna do something we don't normally do. I'm gonna do some XP stuff, Reno.
XP. Do we get XP for that dude jumping off? Like, is that
killing
count as a KO
himself?
for us?
That's what I count.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of XP, but you're not getting the full gambit.
No, I would feel guilty for taking XP for that, even though we did fight him.
Even though he was pretty much on the ropes, right?
It's like Overwatch. Like if you hit him before he jumps, you get the XP
spoilers,
for it. You get the
he
kill.
was fine.
Yeah, no, he got healed by the necrotic blast. Yeah, we're tracking.
I'm glad I didn't get to my turn. It's like, oh shit. If I do
Alice, I
anything,
was
we
really
get
not pleased with you throwing that scythe through the portal, my dude.
It hurt my hands.
You could have
Throw
thrown
it off
on
the bridge.
If you would have thrown it on the ground, I would have hit it with a hammer and dared it, and then maybe he would have been healed by the scythe breaking.
It all turned out alright.
He killed himself.
I mean, point of order. It's not something captured in the painting, but the other room is still like a battle going on between half
behind
the tour.
us, the half the guys that are coming, the half the guys that are. That's I'm aware.
That's still going on real hardcore.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I want everybody to take 2,150 experience points.
2,150 experience points.
What is it?
2,150 experience points.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that should level the majority of you up.
It does indeed. Oh, now all the choices come.
Hey,
I'm also trying to figure. Anyways. You want to do that roll for humanity? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, absolutely. That is going to be a 8 for humanity. This I know what this is. Because this month is going to be the Dots Group. The Dots RPG project, which is a really cool project. What they do is they make specialty gaming accessories for people who are like for example blind. So the dots comes from the idea of they have their braille dice, so you can roll it and you can feel what you roll. Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like every single there's like some gatekeepers out there, and that's a whole thing that existed, and people talked about it for a long time. But I think absolutely everybody on the planet deserves the opportunity to play this game and get the same kind of joy we get from it. And anything that helps people that would normally have a tougher time with it do it easier, I'm into. Dots RPG project.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm.
Give today, but we're gonna give that $8. Unless all my timelines are fucked up, because I don't know what year it is.
It's 2019, so.
That's true. It's a good time.
I think this is a September episode, yes?
Yeah.
We should create a Google sheet.
We should have a calendar. That way we can remember this and
I'll put it on my keep.
Maybe that's our bit. That everybody just we go. Oh yeah, that's future Lawful Stupid Boys'
somebody
problems.
else's problem. Future Chainsaw, you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that crap out.
Have fun.
Okay, well, I mean, this is gonna be a little bit longer of an episode, but we hope you enjoyed it. And next time we're gonna have to resolve the dead dwarf. Possibly dead dwarf.
That's resolved now. Same
Kristoff going night.
Went to sleep.
Findle, Atlas, and all of his nonsense. Possibly murdering Ilaria by getting too close to the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And Rowan just kind of like not being very dramatic in that fight at all.
I did less
Shot
damage.
stuff. It was cool.
No, he didn't like, you passed out. Devin like threw a crazy scythe and like he's on the edge of the portal, and Rowan's like, no, play it safe, boys. Like, I'm gonna help everybody. I'm gonna fuck them up.
I'm gonna drop some heals. I'm gonna do very just like, hey, what's up? You need me over here? Okay, I got you. Oh, you need me over here?
I got you.
Okay,
I got you. Yep. Yep,
You know, like
exactly.
a bard does.
It's like a zone defense, exactly.
Support class.
Like the support class. Yep.
Poof, what do you need? Poof, what do you need?
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you,
Bye.
mean it.
Bye.